It's the Big Rich Live on the Mike Radio Show here on YouTube. The real news and strong opinions given here. A platform to chop up game with the family, you dig?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
What's good, people? What's good? Big Rich here from the Big Rich Live on the Mike Radio Show here on the weekend of the 6th. I'm back, y'all. You know how it is. I first have to say, I have no idea what happened with the What's the Real Deal radio show. I know I rendered it correctly and put it together, and it was just like raw video that was updated. I still got my if you will, my points across, but it was like just raw video that was put up there. You know, the logo wasn't there, the intro, nothing. I have no idea what the heck was going on. So I truly apologize, and I hope I didn't lose no people, or if somebody came in to watch it later for the first time, they was like, look at this bullshit this man done put together. So I truly apologize on how that was set up. I have no idea. Like I said, I have no idea what happened at all. I really don't. But like I said, you know, Big Rich Live on the Mike Radio Show. Here's our 61st episode. We still babies, y'all. You know, we babies. We babies. I don't think we've gone to have 100 total shows on our channel. So we still babies. You know, we trying to make up. Hold on a second. Hold on. You know, trying to get it all together. Y'all got to excuse your boy. You had there you go. I had, you know, not everybody's going to be asking, hey man, why you in, you know, in the suit, you know, or a shirt and a tie? Well, I just passed through a charity event that my security team does, the Odessa Chambliss charity fund over at the Rosen on International Drive in Orlando, Florida. We had a great time. So that's why I'm suited and booted today. And to make sure that I had the show up, I was like, well, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead on and do the show as I am now. So I really don't want to make or turn my whole channel into police affairs and, you know, either upping police or bashing police and stuff like that. But, you know, when news comes across my desk, when you guys email and Twitter back and forth with questions, then I feel that I have to ask. I have to answer them. You know, why? Because I know what the deal is. So if I know what the deal is, then I need to freaking answer, you know. So we was talking about tactics on yesterday's show of What's the Real Deal, and then we broke down and we was talking about what should have been done in the Alton Sterling case and the Texas case also. Well, yesterday came up that, well, day before yesterday, the cop who was involved in the shooting, let me see if I can get his name, Roy Oliver, 37. He was fired on Thursday, I want to say. And then yesterday evening, it came out that he was actually arrested and charged with murder. Just to give you a little brief synopsis. It says Texas police officer who fired into a car full of teens, allegedly killing the 15-year-old African-American boy, turned himself in after being charged with murder, authorities said. Roy Oliver, 37, who is white, was one of two officers responding to a call about underage drinking at a party at a Dallas suburb in Balch Springs the night of April 29th, the Dallas News reported. Jordan Edwards and four others were leaving the party in their car after hearing gunfire. Oliver fired a rifle into the car, hitting the teen in the head, media reports say. Oliver, who has reportedly been fired from the Balch Springs Police Department, turned himself in and booked in for murder charge at the Parker County Jail at Weatherford, or in Weatherford, about 60 miles west of Dallas, according to county records. He was released after posting $300,000 bond, and the records show. Police originally said Oliver opened fire because the car was backing up aggressively towards him, but the department changed his account after viewing body cam footage, saying the car was driving away when Edwards was shot. Evidence suggests that the police officer intended to cause serious bodily injury and commit an act clearly dangerous to human life that caused the death. That's what the Dallas County Sheriff's Office said in a statement announcing the arrest warrant. The shooting is the latest killing of African Americans by white police officers in a string of similar cases that have fueled outrage across the United States and given rise to Black Lives Matter movement. According to Washington Post tally, Edwards was the youngest of the 339 people shot and killed by U.S. police officers this year. Now, I don't have the statistics of how many, police officers. Why is it so dark? I just have no idea. Why is it so dark? I need to check that out. Hopefully you guys can see me. I know I ain't that damn burnt. But I don't have the statistics in front of me talking about how many police officers were killed this year in the line of duty. And when I'm talking, let me see if I can bring it up. I'm trying to put it up because I don't want to talk outside. Let me see. Okay, 27 cops was killed last year. That's the entire year. Last year, that was by FBI statistics. I don't think that they have. I know you can go to Law Enforcement Down page, and they'll put it. That you can actually see it, but yeah, it's not here. Preliminary fatalities. Okay, let me see if this here. Okay, firearms related. So far this year, preliminary 2017 law enforcement officer fatalities, June 1st through May 6th. Firearms related is 14. Traffic related is 19. Other causes is 12. So firearm deaths of this time, of law enforcement officers in this year is down 18%. Total fatalities is up 29% because at this time last year, 35 officers were killed in the line of duty as to 45 this year. But firearms related is 14 to 17. Traffic related is 19 to 13, and other causes is 12 to 5. Other causes can be suicide. It could be coronaries, heart attack, strokes, that type of stuff right there. That you'll be down in. But when it came across my desk, I thought about it in two ways. I was like, okay, this is how it's supposed to go. When you have something that's clear cut, and again, let me explain to you, most of the time, the majority of the time, the police officers or the police organization has more facts than anybody else, especially if there's any video, obviously, because we're investigating it, unless it's investigated by an outside agency. And even if it's investigated by an outside agency, that outside agency is a law enforcement agency. In the state of Florida, it's the FDLE, it's the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, who is the entity who investigates officer-involved shootings. So they have it. So they see it. So you see the body cam and you see that this is a lie. You see that this is a violation of not only the law, but not only your policies and procedures, but it's also a violation of law. He was fired the next day or the day after, which is exactly what should have been done. And then the following day, he was indicted for murder. Now, you also think about it. You ask yourself, how does a cop raise $300,000 bond? I mean, I've gotten several inquiries about that. Well, first of all, it wasn't $300,000 that they had to come up with. They had to come up with $30,000. And let me tell you this. You always have a contingent of people who do not, for some reason, do not believe that an officer can do any wrong, and they will put up that bail. He wasn't in there overnight. You follow what I'm saying? He was not overnight. I don't have any outside knowledge of it, but I would be surprised if he didn't have that $30,000 for bail before he turned himself in. You follow what I'm saying? So you have to be leery about that. And then you have to also be leery about the jury. Okay, you have to be leery about the jury. The jury needs to be, and I'm going to piss some people off when I say this, but so what? The truth is the truth. This jury does not need to be an all-white jury. It doesn't. It doesn't. Statistics prove that all-white juries are far more unfair in these shootings than any other jury. When you look at the same stats, when you have a diverse jury, does that mean that a diverse jury doesn't make mistakes? No, but a diverse jury, if you look at the facts and you look at the statistics, they rule more fairly, not only to the suspect or the plaintiff, but not the plaintiff, the defendant, but also to the victim also. You follow what I'm saying? So in this case, with this young man, straight A student, never got a B, 15-year-old, never got a B in school. Never had any run-ins with the law, nothing like that. So you can't throw any dirt up against him. Oh, well, he was a gang member, possible gang member, had gang affiliations. He was a dropout student, all this type of stuff that the media likes to throw up and taint the jury pool. That's what we say, tainting the jury pool. You need a diverse jury. And I'm not saying, I think all black juries, any type of juries, when you have, let's just say, a black defendant, a white prosecutor, the state or whatever, when you have different races involved, you need to have a diverse, you need to have a diverse jury. It's just fair. Why? Because you would understand let's just say, if you're Hispanic, right? I'm not picking on Hispanic, but let's say you're Hispanic, right? You sort of understand how certain trigger things can send somebody off the deep end. Where me as African-American, that's not really cultural, so I might not understand that. That doesn't mean that you're going to change my mind, but what that does is that leads people to understand that things can happen and why things can happen. And then you can sort of, when you're in there deliberating, you have different backgrounds and different areas of expertise, if you will, and experience that you can then pool all together. And you can come up with a just either conviction or an acquittal, whatever it might be. But to be blank, to be just bold, if you look at statistics, FBI keeps them. The ACLU keeps them. All white juries are more, generally speaking, are more apt to acquit a cop but convict a minority. That's just fact. I know there's going to be people that just be pissed off at me. That's just fact. Like I said, don't believe me because I said it. Go to the FBI and look at their statistics. Go to the ACLU and look at their statistics and see what I'm saying. It's just leaning. So we have to sit back and be like, okay, he was fired, check. He was charged, checked. He was charged with the right crime, check. And then you need to go with he was convicted and he was sentenced for the rest of his life. Because regardless, now you hear people saying that he was a veteran or he's a veteran and he has PTSD. I don't give a damn about none of that. None of that, because he was still hired. He should have never been in police in the first place. Whether he had PSD of suffering from that or not, that's irrelevant. The fact of the matter is he shouldn't have been in police before. You look in his past, and he's had anger issues. The state attorney called his commander because he was cussing at them because he didn't want to be in a trial. I hated going to the court also, believe you me. And then he gets on the stand, he cussing on the stand. He was suspended, not allegedly, he was suspended for 16 days, never missed an hour, because what he did was he turned in 2 of his 6 days to equal up to the 16 days that he was suspended. So he should have never been a police officer in the first place. So what I'm saying is, don't be totally discouraged because you say, oh, well, shoot, he was fired. Okay, well, he just going to get another job somewhere else. Oh, he was charged. Well, he wasn't convicted. And that's true. I'm not telling you to sit back and pop bubbly, because it's not over. It's not over. It has to continue. This prosecutor has to aggressively prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law and get 6 or 12. I don't know how big the juries is in Texas. Either 6 or 12, hopefully diverse jurors to convict this man. Then, unless it's one of those states and one of those statutes that you have a, what do they call, a minimum mandatory, where the judge has no leeway, you have to make sure that the judge then sentences him to the maximum or damn near close to the maximum. Because regardless of how you slice it, he killed an innocent, unarmed 15-year-old male for no reason, period. He wasn't in danger. He had no probable cause to stop that car. He had no charges to ring up on anybody in the car. So why would you then in the car? Like, and when I said he was in no danger, the car was peeling off away from him. So, you know, I don't know. You know, I'm gonna keep up on it. You know, I want you guys to let me know how you guys feel. Work on it and just be vigilant. Be diligent. Be diligent with what you do, and make sure that we keep up on this and let your voices be heard. You feel me? Whether you live in Dallas, the Dallas-Fort Worth area or not, you still can make phone calls. You still could inundate their offices with phone calls. You know what I'm saying? With emails. Let them know, look, so far you're doing a good job. Don't piss on our boot and tell us it's rain. Do your job, convict this murderer, and put this murderer under the jail for the rest of his natural life. Pretty much it. That's it. So I wanted to jump on and talk about that and get that out the way and let you guys know that, hey, you know, I'm listening to what you say. You know, I feel your pain. You know, I'm not going to sit up here. I said, this is our 61st show. We got 17 real deal shows. I'm not going to sit up here and blow smoke up your ass and I'm not an apologist. I am not a police officer apologist. I know there are a whole lot of great police officers. I work with a lot of them. I was one of them. If you don't believe me, ask anybody who I work with. Ask anybody who I've arrested. That's what I'll say. Forget who I work with. Ask anybody that I've arrested. Have not treated them with the utmost respect at all times, even when they did not deserve it. So I'm not an apologist, and I'm gonna tell you like it is. You ask me a question, I'm gonna tell you. So that's gonna be the end of this show. I hope you guys have a great rest of the weekend. Get outdoors, get a little tan if you need to. But in the meantime, in between time, stay blessed, stay safe, stay woke. Peace. I'm out of here.